The Couple at Number Nine is a really brilliant book. This is, I think, the second Claire Douglas novel that I've read, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. This was published originally in 2021. It's published by Penguin, and I found it to be very gripping. The only thing I don't like about it is that we have quite a few narrators, which is absolutely fine. And I actually think having the different narrators helped us to get different angles on the same story. But the narrators switch between first and third person. If there had only been two narrators, that would have been a good way to distinguish between both of them, but it's not the case, and I feel like only one, maybe two of the narrators needed to be in first person. One of them definitely needed to be in first person, but the rest of them should have just been in third person. It just didn't make any sense. There was no logic, as far as I can tell, for that decision. But some of the first person narration made sense. So that irritated me a bit, but the narrative itself is so brilliant that I was able to overlook that. Needless to say, I don't want to give away too much because I absolutely recommend this. It starts off with an introduction to two of our main characters, Saffron and Tom, who have just bought 9 Skelton Place. And they're renovating the house, and there are builders and workmen outside in the garden, and they find a dead body. And then it turns out when the police arrive, there are actually 2 dead bodies. And the novel is about trying to identify who the bodies are, and as we get deeper into the narrative, we learn more and more about the bodies and the story revolving around how they died. And I don't want to give away any more than that, but I will say it is incredibly well crafted. The narrative structure is brilliant. It did take me a little bit of time to get used to the different narrators. I think there are maybe 4 or 5 different perspectives. Don't quote me on that, but there's a decent amount of them. And to begin with, it wasn't clear how some of them were connected. Mainly Theo is the standout for me. It took a few chapters of Theo's perspective for me to really start caring about his part of the narrative, but all of the threads are connected in their own ways, and I don't want to give away too much more than that. But I do think the narrative was constructed very well. We don't spend too much time in the past, and I think that that's a really good decision, at least for me. I often don't like it when a novel is kind of 50% present, 50% in the past. I think it either has to be mostly in the past with just occasional nods to the present, or the other way on. And this one I feel was mostly set in the present, but with occasional chapters set in the past. And I really liked that. For me, the balance was very effective and really enjoyable. The writing style is very pleasing. That doesn't surprise me because, as I said, this is, I think, the second Claire Douglas novel that I've read. I really like the writing style of the other one. The Girls Who Disappeared is the other one that I've read for reference, and obviously, if I don't like a writer's writing style, I'm not going to read more than one of their novels. So Claire Douglas has a writing style that I really enjoy. It's descriptive and free from grammatical errors in most cases. So I'm definitely going to be looking out for more of Claire Douglas's work. I'm devastated that I finished reading The Couple at Number 9 because it was thrilling, it was gripping and twisty and unpredictable, but not in a way that felt unbelievable. I know some thrillers can throw a twist in at the end or in the middle, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense. But actually, everything here I believed, everything happened at the right time, and I was completely addicted to it. As I said, devastated to have finished reading it because I thoroughly enjoyed every moment of it. And if it sounds like your kind of novel, The Couple at Number 9 is definitely worth reading.